Yeah, Deepanshu Patel, I'll take your question. So is everything fine? Is audio video clear? It's fine, na? So we'll start. थोड़ा हेल्थ सही नहीं आज. Okay. Okay. Let's proceed. सब खैरियत? चलो. Let's begin. Very good evening all. Yesterday we saw various lines on psychrometric chart. Correct? Correct, sirs? सब सही है? Okay, no problem at all. Yes, the first video is deleted. Now we'll delete subsequent videos. Yes, we'll delete subsequent videos. Now, कल हम देखे थे first constant dry bulb temperature lines. The second line was constant omega lines. And third is constant relative humidity lines. And the fourth is constant enthalpy lines. And the fifth is constant specific volume lines. Then we saw constant क्या लाइन देखे? Dew point temperature lines. Now, these lines we have seen yesterday and we have seen very clearly with reason. With reason. Yeah. देखो, someone asked me, please explain relative humidity lines. चलो, how to draw relative humidity lines? I'll explain. Don't worry. Then I'll go to Deepanshu's question. So I have not drawn wet bulb temperature lines, and you are asking what about are the enthalpy lines, wet bulb temperatures same? Today I'll be explaining na. Today I'll be explaining. Okay? और कुछ? चलो. Now. Here we have dry bulb temperature, and here you have omega. देखो. Someone asked me, sir, can you please explain about relative humidity lines? No problem, I'll explain. I have no problem, sirs. Let me explain. देखो. Okay. Listen. We know that phi is equal to PV by PVS. No problem at all. We know that phi is equal to PV by PVS. At least you know this, na? Relative humidity is equal to PV by PVS. At least you know this, na? At least you know. Okay. We do one thing. Here I can take either omega or PV. No problem at all. Dear students, एक काम करो. I want to draw, let us say, a relative humidity of 50%. Say, for example, constant relative humidity line. I want to draw constant relative humidity line. Listen carefully. I wish to draw constant relative humidity line. So which parameter is to be kept constant? This phi is to be kept constant. This phi is to be, we are trying to draw constant relative humidity line. So don't worry that why your teacher has taken 50%. It may be 60, it may be 70, it may be 80, it may be 90. 90 का मतलब 0.9, 80 means 0.8, 70 means 0.7, anything, but keep it same. देखो, एक काम करो sir, PV by PVS. I'll tell you very clearly. Look at carefully. You know steam tables. Now, go to steam tables. This is my TS diagram. Now I am explaining. Someone asked me, sir, how do we draw constant relative humidity lines? Someone asked me, how do we draw constant relative humidity lines? मैं बताता हूं, सुनो. You fix one relative humidity. Let us assume that I am plotting a relative humidity of 50%, so 0.5. एक काम करो. You select one random temperature. You select one random temperature. Let us say I am selecting a dry bulb temperature of 10 degrees centigrade. Let us say I have selected a dry bulb temperature of 10 degrees randomly. Now देखो, these are various lines on TS diagram. Listen, sirs. Please listen. At a temperature of 10 degree, I'll find out what is the saturation temperature. What is PVS? You go to steam tables. You have steam tables. From steam tables, I can easily find out at 10 degrees what is PVS. You have steam tables now? You have steam tables now? Yes, I have steam tables. So let us fix the relative humidity. You take one random temperature. You take one random temperature. So you may be wondering, sir, why are you taking 10? You take 5, you take 10, you take 15, you take 20. Corresponding to this, go to steam table, find out PVS. Ready-made tables are available here. For 10, this is the saturation pressure. For 15, this is the saturation pressure. For 20, this is the saturation pressure. Already this is known. Corresponding to 10 degree, you know PVS. From steam tables, can't I calculate PV? Yes, I'll calculate PV. So that PV is corresponding to 10 degrees centigrade and relative humidity of 0.5. Next, what you do is, you change the temperature to 15 degrees centigrade. Go to steam tables and corresponding to 50, you find PVS. Once PVS is known, you get a new PVS because whenever the temperature is changing, the saturation pressure is also changing. You have not understood, sir. मैं बताता हूं सुनो. I'll make it very, very clearly. इधर देखो, sir. इधर देखो. This is one temperature. This is one temperature. Let us say this temperature is 20 and let us say this is 10. Listen carefully now. Please, you said this color is not visible now. तो कौन सा color visible होगा, sir? ये सब फर्जी colors है. हाँ. So, you know this 20. Everywhere the temperature is 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. So it is cutting the saturation here. It is cutting the saturation here. You draw a constant pressure line. So can I call this as for 20 degrees centigrade? Listen, sirs. For 20 degrees centigrade. So this is TS diagram. So horizontal line is constant temperature. This constant temperature line is cutting saturation here. Saturation here. So passing through the saturation, you draw constant pressure, and this we call it as saturation pressure corresponding to 20 degrees centigrade. Similarly, 10 degrees centigrade, it is cutting saturation here. It is cutting saturation here. Passing through this, you draw a constant pressure. This we call it as saturation pressure corresponding to 10 degrees centigrade. All these values, these PVS at 10 degree, this PVS at 20 degree can be obtained from steam tables. Is it clear, sirs? Is it clear, sirs? क्या बोल रहा है? ओके, कोई बात नहीं. इज इट ओके? इज इट ओके? तो ये स्टीम टेबल से मिल जाएंगे. तो मैं क्या बोल रहा हूं? phi is equal to PV by PVS. Let us take, I want to draw constant 50% line. So 50%, not 50, let us say you are drawing a relative humidity of 60%. 60%. Is this okay, sirs? Is this okay? Okay. तो यहां से PV by PVS आएगा. सुनो carefully. एक काम करो सर, you take random temperature of 20 degree. So 20 degrees के लिए PVS steam table से मिल जाएगा. You have taken a temperature of 20 degree randomly. So for 20 degree from steam tables you get PVS. तो ये मिल गया. जब ये मिल गया तो already this is 0.6. You multiply, you get PV. So corresponding to 20 degree एक PV मिल गया. Similarly, now you take another temperature. For the same relative humidity, you take another temperature. For another temperature, you get another PVS. So like this, you get sets of temperatures and sets of PV. When you get sets of temperatures and sets of PV, you plot, you will get something like this. You plot, you will get something like this. You will get something like this. The spacing here is less, the spacing here is more. So these are constant relative humidity lines. Please बताइए, are we clear, sirs? प्लीज बताइए, आर वी क्लियर? सर आप कुछ नहीं बोलते सर, यू आर नॉट सेइंग एनीथिंग. अब क्लियर हुआ सर? सर मैं व्हाट आई एम डूइंग इज I'm not just drawing the line and telling you. I'm giving you the origin, how these lines are drawn on psychrometric chart. I'm giving you the origin. Clear? Is it clear? Chalo. Let's proceed, sirs. Now, one line is left, that is constant wet bulb temperature lines. Constant wet. अब मैं आपके कमेंट्स नहीं देखूंगा सर. नाउ आई विल नॉट सी योर कमेंट्स. ओके, नाउ आई विल नॉट सी योर कमेंट्स. लास्ट में ओके ना. Okay, all clear? All clear? Yes, yes, voice is clear na? Is it okay? Kushiani, yes, wonderful sirs, wonderful, 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 no problem at all, no problem at all. I'm starting sirs. क्या स्टूडेंट्स है रे, जस्ट 2 मिनट ये हुआ तो निकल के जाते हैं. सर इतना पेशेंस नहीं है तो कैसा सर्स. आई फील वेरी सॉरी सर्स. हाँ चलो. नाउ लेट्स ड्रॉ कांस्टेंट वेट बल्ब टेम्परेचर लाइंस. लेट्स ड्रॉ कांस्टेंट वेट बल्ब टेम्परेचर लाइंस. इज इट ओके? चलो अब मैं आई विल नॉट सी कमेंट्स. नाउ आई विल नॉट सी कमेंट्स. अगर कुछ हुआ तो तनुज बाबू कॉल करेंगे मुझे. इफ देर इज एनी प्रॉब्लम तनुज बाबू विल कॉल मी. If there is any problem, Babu Tanuj will call me. Okay, sir? Okay, sir. सब आ रहा है ना? चलो. Okay, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. चलो. Now, you know, my dear students, there are some empirical relations given. Before that, I want to tell you one important point. Before that, I want to tell you one golden point here. Please understand this golden point thoroughly. एक second. Yeah, let's understand this golden point clearly. Okay, now क्या है वो, एक सेकंड देखते हैं. Let us take TS diagram. बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है सर. This is a very very important point. This is a very important point. Now देखो सर, you know clearly this is a dry bulb temperature. This is our dry bulb temperature and this is our constant PV line. This is our constant PV line. Any problem, sirs? This is our constant PV line. Okay, no problem at all. Now let's try to show. आप ना कोई भी कलर अच्छा नहीं बोल रहे थे. ये कलर भी अच्छा नहीं दिख रहा. ये कलर ये थोड़ा ठीक है. And this is our, anyone, what is this? It is our wet bulb temperature. Okay, no problem at all. And we also know that this is a dew point temperature. When constant pressure line is cutting saturation, this is our dew point temperature. Yes, दिख रहा है सर आपको? दिख रहा है ना? Can you see? Yes, yes, yes. You can see it. देखो सर. अब one point I am going to tell very clearly, and if you follow this point, I think most of the questions can be solved rather easily. अब क्या point है देखेंगे सर. Let's see what is that point. इधर देखो. I will draw 3 lines. I will draw 3 lines. इधर देखो. एक सेकंड प्लीज. यहां पे डिस्टर्ब हो गया. ये डिस्टर्ब हो गया. ये बड़े साहब डिस्टर्ब हो गए. या ओके सर. ओके, आई विल टेक, एक सेकेंड प्लीज, थोड़ा कलर चेंज करेंगे और पेन. ओके, नाउ यू टेल मी ये तो गया, हाँ या कलर कौन सा ले लेंगे सर? आई थिंक दिस इज ओके. देखो, कैन यू टेल मी व्हाट इज दिस लाइन? एनीवन? What is this line? What is this line? Anyone? What is this line? It is a constant dry bulb temperature line. It is a constant dry bulb temperature line. अब देखना sirs. Look at carefully. And what is this line? ये लाइन क्या है सर? ये लाइन क्या है सर? What is this line? It is a constant wet bulb temperature line. Correct ना? Constant dry bulb temperature line. Constant wet bulb temperature line. And this is constant dew point temperature line. This is constant dew point temperature line. So therefore, एक particular line draw कर रहा हूं. कोई दिक्कत है सर? Is there any problem? Everywhere the dry bulb temperature is same because temperature is taken on this axis. Everywhere the dry bulb temperature is same. How much is that? Let us say this is 30 degree. Everywhere it is 30, 30, 30, 30. And wet bulb let us say 24. Everywhere it is 24, 24. Let us say dew point is 18. Everywhere it is 18, 18, 18. तो क्या ये सभी को समझ में आया सर? Now I am going to discuss very, very important point. This is the constant dry bulb line, this is constant wet bulb line, and this is constant dew point line. And we know that for unsaturated air, dry bulb will be more, wet bulb will be less, and dew point will be much more less. So देखो, so now this is all towards, ये सर किस डायरेक्शन में जा रहा है सर? This is all towards constant enthalpy lines. तो to draw constant enthalpy lines, अब ये base form हो रहा है सर. I am not giving you directly these are constant enthalpy lines. कुछ base form हो रहा है सर. Now I am giving you a base. Okay, this is our TS diagram. Now, can I call this as constant dry bulb temperature line? क्या मैं इसको constant DBT line बोलूंगा? Yes. और इसको क्या बोलेंगे? इसको क्या बोलेंगे? Constant wet bulb temperature lines. और इसको क्या बोलेंगे? Constant dew point temperature lines. No problem at all. Any problem sirs? Any problem sirs? Dry bulb, wet bulb, dew point. अब देखो sirs, where is this dry bulb? Dear students, where is this constant dry bulb cutting saturation? यहां कट कर रहा है. Where is the constant dry bulb temperature line saturation? यहां पे. Passing through saturation, एक लाइन ड्रॉ करना. एक लाइन ड्रॉ करना sirs. इसको बोलते हैं PVS. Can you tell me what is PVS? It is the saturated vapor pressure corresponding to dry bulb temperature. ये जो dry bulb, this dry bulb is cutting saturation here. This dry bulb is cutting saturation here. तो ये एक constant pressure line draw करना. इस pressure को we call it as saturated vapor pressure corresponding to dry bulb temperature. Please tell me, is PVS clear? Is PVS clear? अरे यार, this dry bulb temperature line is cutting saturation here. This constant dry bulb temperature line is cutting saturation here. Passing through this saturation, draw one pressure line, and that pressure we call it as PVS. So PVS is corresponding to the dry bulb temperature. PVS is the saturated vapor pressure corresponding to dry bulb temperature. Now, please look at this is a wet bulb line, and where is constant? We'll do one thing, sirs. Actually, the problem is not with network. The problem is not with network. The problem is with laptop. वो continuously off होके on automatically run हो रहा है. So please, मैं आपको इसका एक काम करते हैं सर, विल मीट ऑन मंडे, इज इट ओके? विल मीट ऑन मंडे, विल कंप्लीट ऑल यहां से, सो विल मीट ऑन मंडे, कल तो सैटरडे है, सैटरडे संडे ऑफ रखेंगे, एंड विल मीट ऑन मंडे, सो विल कंप्लीट, इज इट ओके? सो पता नहीं, इट इज कंटिन्यूसली ऑफ होके ऑन हो रहा है, थोड़ा हेल्थ भी सही नहीं है, इज इट ओके? या फिर अगर आप बोलेंगे तो मैं कर दूंगा, एनी प्रॉब्लम सर्स? एनी प्रॉब्लम? तो विल मीट ऑन मंडे एट 7:30, विल दैट बी फाइन? तो मंडे 8 o'clock मीट करेंगे, मंडे 8 o'clock, इज इट ओके? ओके ना, इज इट ओके? चलो एक काम करते हैं सर, सो यहां से लाइक वी हैव टू ड्रॉ विडबल टेम्परेचर लाइंस, देन कंप्लीट साइक्रोमेट्रिक चार्ट, सो एवरीथिंग आई विल एक्सप्लेन, सो प्लीज, तो टुमारो आई टेक रेस्ट एंड मंडे वी आर मीटिंग at 7:30 or 8 o'clock, I'll inform. Please, I'll complete it in very detailed manner. Up to this, यहां तक जो भी पढ़े, have you followed? यहां तक जो भी पढ़े, have you followed? Do you want me to continue? मतलब या पूरा स्टॉप कर दूं? बोलो बोलो, कुछ बोलो. 7:30 is good ना? Okay, no problem. तो आज के लिए मैं रेस्ट ले लूंगा, आज के लिए रेस्ट ले लूंगा. So please, so we are meeting on Monday. Don't forget, Monday we'll start with how to draw constant wet-bulb temperature lines. So what is the difference between constant wet-bulb temperature lines and constant enthalpy line? What is enthalpy deviation? ये सब बताऊंगा सर. What is enthalpy deviation? How constant wet-bulb temperature lines and constant enthalpy lines are deviating? And in our initial analysis, how we take same. All this I'll be explaining. Is it okay, sirs? तो आज थोड़ा तबीयत भी गड़बड़ है और लैपटॉप भी प्रॉब्लम कर रहा है. ये तो नया लैपटॉप है, पता नहीं सडन मशीनरी है, तो अपने आप ऑफ हो रहा है, अपने आप ऑन हो रहा है, तो माफ कीजिए सर. मंडे को वापस मिलेंगे, इज इट ओके? मंडे को वापस मिलेंगे, इज इट ओके? बोलो सर्स. थैंक यू, थैंक यू. टुमारो मॉर्निंग 6 o'clock ऑन प्लस वी हैव पावर प्लांट, 6 o'clock पावर प्लांट, देन वी हैव क्या है, HMT, उसके बाद इंडस्ट्रियल तो आफ्टरनून ले लेंगे. ओके ना, चलो बाय बाय, थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक यू, बाय बाय. आई विल कंप्लीट इन डिटेल्ड मैनर. ओके.